recording.
All right. Oh, there it is.
Good?
That's good.
Yeah, we're trying close. Yeah, let's do
All
it.
right.
All right.
Well, welcome to the Pacesetting podcast,
Welcome.
where improvement comes one step at a time and one day at a time.
That's right.
I'm Daniel,
I'm Wes.
and we're working on keeping it simple, steady, and strong. Sustainable performance over the long haul.
That's always fun to say together.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of exciting. Well, I think we start off with a report out.
Yes.
And my thought this morning was that we've just been reporting on last week's commitment, but we kind of have several pending commitments that we've made now. So I think we need to do a little housekeeping in terms of
Do you maybe want to go first?
Yeah, well, I committed to 10 podcasts.
Yes.
This is number 5, halfway there, so I'm feeling good about
good
that.
there.
Drafting a full-length article.
Do tell.
I have made no progress on that since the initial week.
Right.
But Thanksgiving
talk.
breaks come at real talk. It's real here. But it's happening. It's definitely going to happen.
Going on. Okay.
Yeah, this week my commitment was really committing to strength training more often.
You seem stronger.
Well, yeah. The quick visual. I feel like I've had a good week. I'm calling it protein week.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's a little strange, but I'm trying to eat more protein, trying to eat a little, focus my eating and combo that with a little more strength training.
Are you doing like protein shakes, or how are you getting your protein?
Eggs? Every
meal?
Eggs, kind of yogurts, cottage cheese, all the dairy foods that I probably shouldn't be eating.
It's a different topic.
That's right. That's
another topic. Another podcast.
I can't do diet week and protein week at the same time.
That'd be a challenge.
Yeah.
That'd be a challenge.
So anyway, bodybuilding is not in my future.
I'm going to check in on thank you cards.
Yeah, how'd that go?
No, for you.
Oh, for me.
You soft committed.
Oh, yeah. That soft commitment has
Still
not been met. Yeah, very soft.
All right.
It's happening hopefully soon.
Okay. Anything else for you to check in on?
I'm good. I think I'm good.
Okay.
How about you?
Well, so this last week I committed to not eating after 7 p.m.
Okay.
Which
how'd that go?
Ironically worked, but not in the way you would think. It worked because on the heels of that, reflecting after the podcast, I decided to do a liquid fast. And so I'm only taking food in through liquids.
All day or after 7?
For 7 days.
Wow.
For 7 days. I'm on this will be day 5.
Wow.
Or 4.
I thought you were looking a little
Sunday.
skinny here.
So I've dropped several pounds.
Wow, that's great.
So that commitment helped lead to the other one, which actually technically I'm not eating after 7. I'm drinking.
So is this like a blended up juice diet, or are you drinking straight juice,
like
or
fruit juice, water, tea, coffee?
Okay.
Yeah, so that's helping.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
That's exciting.
So I'm dropped a few pounds, which is helpful for the marathon training that I'm about to begin.
March? Right, 18th?
Yeah, March 18th.
Okay.
Yeah. Join.
I know.
It's one of the best races in the world.
I've heard that. I really want to run Catalina Island, and it's the weekend before.
That's a horrible marathon.
Why is it a horrible marathon?
Have you ever looked at the elevation charts?
Yeah, but you get to run with the buffalo. Okay, this is another
elevation charts.
Another podcast.
Like miles of elevation gain. No. It's a very hilly marathon.
Okay, all right.
But you could do it. I believe in you.
Eventually.
Might be a hike.
Give enough hours, I'll finish.
All right, so what else were we? I forgot my other check-ins. Thank you cards went well last week. I delivered those thanks to your support.
You were going to be doing research on...
pace setting.
On pace setting.
Yeah. I did that initial week. I did that. So I haven't touched that since then. I did write a blog post. I returned to writing.
Okay.
I did that once.
Yeah. Have I seen that blog post?
No, I'll share it with you today.
I need to see it.
Yeah, that's true. It's good to kind of reflect on all the commitments.
We're making progress.
Yeah. I feel like you make me a better person.
I definitely feel that way. I get random text messages like, "Did you do this?" So it's some friendly accountability.
Yeah. And I like it when people like on Facebook comment and they said, "Oh, I did this too," and they sort of join us on the journey.
Yes,
that's very
absolutely.
Nice.
I love that too.
Shout out to Lorette specifically.
Yes,
who's always leaving nice comments like that.
She's a superstar.
Yeah.
Okay. So this week, we're talking about saying no.
Saying no.
Yeah. I think this is like kryptonite for both of us.
Yes. So I'll tell where the inspiration for this week's topic came from. On Monday night, Mondays at 8, there's a Twitter chat called #TOSA Chat, so Teacher on Special Assignment Chat. and teachers from everywhere, a lot from California, I think that's where it started, join in, and there's like a series of questions. And last week there was this question that came up and says, how do you say no? And there was a kind of a flood of responses of people saying, I can't because people above me are telling me I have to do this.
Right.
And I thought it was interesting, like at all stages of wherever we're a teacher on special assignment, a director, a superintendent, there's always somebody who wants you to do something.
Yep.
And whether you actively engage with them about your time and your value, your time and your value is getting negotiated regardless.
Yeah.
That was my response. And it made me reflect on, because in Fullerton School District where I work, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And there's a lot we are saying yes to.
That's right.
And so I thought it'd be a good topic for us to dive in. And like, what are your strategies for weighing decisions?
Yeah. Well, I think that just for me personally, it's very hard for me to kill other people's vibes, their momentum, right? Like, oh, let's do this. And that's just, I'm a people pleaser by nature, and I can bring the accountability when I need to, and students certainly need us to do that at times. And with my own kids, it's really important as well that you find that balance. And I think saying no is an important skill. It's an important part of that, and knowing when to say no and how to say no gracefully. Just yesterday, for example.
Good, a story.
Yeah, story. So today, we're recording on Wednesday instead of Thursday this week because I'm going to be at a training up in LA.
Okay.
And I'm staying overnight. And I was getting excited because tomorrow morning, the meeting doesn't start until 9. And I thought, I'm going to go for a long run.
Sure.
Right? So I'm planning, where am I going to run? I don't get to run in LA that often. And then like this email conversation started with a bunch of people saying like, oh, we have to check in. We're giving a presentation in a couple months. Let's meet before breakfast. And everybody's saying, yes, let's meet before breakfast. Oh yeah, 7:30 is perfect. And I'm like, no, you're killing me, people.
I need time for me.
Yeah, so I said no.
Oh.
I said I can't make it.
Good for you.
But let's meet. Let's check in during lunch.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, oh, that's even better. Like then this is like, so I think everybody else was like waiting. It's almost like everyone was waiting to not have a 7:30 meeting. They just needed an alternative.
Right.
And I'm happy to meet during lunch, So
that's great.
It worked out, but it was kind of, there was this moment,
and pressure.
Yeah, and these weren't even people that like supervise me or are my boss.
Right.
But I do have a professional relationship with them, and I don't want to let people down. And I have committed to this presentation, and so it was tricky.
Yeah. So,
and please do not interpret that as me being good at saying no on a regular basis.
Yes.
I'm just giving you a positive story.
I'm not. So I'll share an example. Last year, somebody in my department was asked by a principal, hey, will you do this for us? And so as a team member and supervisor, I said, well, let's talk about like why you would do that.
Right.
What are, what's going to be the outcome? What's the follow-up on their part? How does that fit with the mission of our department? And I think it was that type of thinking, how does this fit with the mission of the organization, that to me is key. So like in 21st Century Learning, we were doing things for 21st Century Learning. This was a good effort for teacher professional development, but it didn't really align with our purpose as an organization, as a department. So that was an opportunity for me to ask questions of somebody else, and I probably need to do that more often with myself.
That's a great strategy, though. I think, using those questions to identify like what really are my priorities, what should I be attending to, and getting the people around you to expect that, I think is huge in helping soften the no.
Yes.
Right? Because they know when they pitch an idea that you're not there to kill the idea, you're there to build on it, but you're also building on it in a way that is aligning to your vision and finding the priorities, because we all deal with finite time.
Yeah.
There's always more than we can do given the time that we have.
Yeah.
And so we have to make those decisions.
Yeah. I think asking the right questions early on helps leverage the conversations that you or the environment you build around yourself as a professional. So for example, I remember several occasions when a principal said, tell me which device to buy, and in terms of like educational technology, and I was like, well, let's talk about what you want to do. What are your outcomes first? So it's a soft way of of getting around like these hard no's where
Yeah.
they're like, will you help train my staff on
Yeah.
iPads? Well, that's not the question we should ever be
Right.
having. We should be saying, what do you want to do for students? So, but at those moments in the conversation, you actually have to put the brakes on and say, I'm not going to have this conversation with you. So essentially, it is a way of saying no.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about which device to buy.
Right.
I want to have the conversation about learning.
Yeah.
You know, and then everybody gets like, oh, you're that guy.
Right.
But after
But you have to be that guy
Yes.
or girl,
Yes.
in order
Or
to
person.
or person,
Yeah.
you know, to really create that space where it's
Yeah.
okay to be honest about where you're at, what your time constraints are, and your prioritization goals.
Yeah. And I feel like people then gravitate towards you after that because they feel secure, like you're not going to push them into something that sometimes they think other people think they should be doing.
Right.
So, I think people want to have honest conversations about deep topics. We
Yeah.
just often don't lay the groundwork for it.
Yeah. So with that said, we got to make a commitment.
Jeez. I have to say no to something. I really. So the one.
Are you going to say no to this podcast? So if we don't show up next week, you know that we've met our
I
commitment.
was thinking it was Thanksgiving. Maybe we'll take a bye. So
Yes,
we'll talk
but
about
that doesn't even count. Like that's like, of course, we're not going to record
Okay,
on Thanksgiving morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm struggling with this. I'm not sure, but I have found a place where I have been able to play guitar and participate in a band.
Right.
And they're amazing, talented professional
Right.
musicians. I enjoy it a lot. I'm really weighing whether it's something that I need to do.
Right. I'm getting sad about this commitment you're about to make.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it brings,
Just say yes to everything.
just say yes.
Yes.
It brings me joy. It's fulfilled me. I've improved my skills as a
Right.
guitarist in amazing ways. But I'm thinking, like, in terms of my framework and my mission, it's really not on target for even the things that I want to do in terms of hobbies.
Interesting.
You know, so it may have been a season, I think,
Yeah.
a phase.
Well, I think that's fair. And if we only focused on saying no on the easy things,
Yeah.
you know, what are we really doing? You
Yeah.
know, we're just kind of superficially making
Yeah.
shifts.
And I think I have to release myself from the I'm losing something.
Yeah.
And go, this is time that I can spend with my wife. This is time that I can do other things for the organization. So
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
gonna give away a project.
Oh.
I don't know exactly which one it's gonna be yet.
Interesting.
But I've had a few on my mind where I've committed, I've soft committed and say, yeah, I'm gonna support this. And there's been a few where, and I'm thinking about a few at work specifically where I didn't want to let people down. But really that work is not essential to my goals as a professional, to my work, what I'm in Santa Ana Unified to do, and I feel like I need to refocus on that. So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Tough one.
It is tough.
Yeah.
This is a tough topic.
Yeah.
And I feel like when I'm talking with principals that I coach or other leaders, like we all really struggle with this one.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it has to do with not wanting to let people down.
Yeah.
But sometimes, I mean, stepping out means other people step up.
Yeah, exactly. Building other people's capacity to do the work.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think it's appropriate that our number 5 show, halfway through, it's like, okay, we've made all these commitments. Now we need to be, strategically saying no.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
That's good for this time. Just a reminder to keep it simple, steady, and strong.
That's
I'm
right.
Wes.
I'm Daniel.
See you next time.
Have a great week.